This is a tour of the new church and chapel for St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. We're currently looking upon the church, and we are standing in the soon-to-be courtyard. Over here to the left is where the St. Clare of Assisi chapel will be, and that's what we'll get a tour of first. We're going through the front doors of the chapel and into the narthex. Over here to the left is where the bathrooms will be, and to the right is where the pre-sacristy will be. We now step through the doors, what will be the doors to the actual chapel itself. The chapel will have two reconciliation rooms, one here to the right and one over here to the left. The chapel is named in honor of St. Clare and will hold 300 people and be used for daily mass, small weddings, small funerals, and prayer events. There will be approximately 7 rows in a semicircular fashion, and it will hold 300 people. Right now we're standing where the altar will be. So you can see it will be an intimate space. And then back here is where the Blessed Sacrament will be held in the Sacrament House. So now we're leaving the chapel and going back out to the courtyard. The courtyard will be nicely landscaped with trees and flowers, statues, etc. Now looking up at the church from the courtyard, you can see there's quite a large elevation difference, so there'll be many steps leading up to the church, which will make for a nice entrance into the church. You can also see the crane that's used to move the steel beams around. Over here to the left will be a nice covered area with picnic tables for people to visit after Mass. And to the right will be a covered drop-off zone for people to drop off people when it's raining for Mass. There will also be handicapped ramps on the left and right to get up to the church. So we're now entering the front doors of the church into what will be the narthex. Over here to the left, this first room off of the narthex will be a bride's room. And then back here will be the men's and women's restroom. And to the right over here is where the pre-sacristy and ministry sacristy will be. We now enter another set of doors that will lead us into the main nave of the church. And right here is where the baptismal font will go. And over here to the right is where we'll have one of our shrines. And on the left will be another shrine. This shrine on the left will be dedicated to Our Lady of Guadalupe. As we continue, we get into the main part of the church. Right here, as we're standing, is approximately the back row looking onto the altar. These are the columns that connect the church. They will be arch columns. And over here is where there'll be room for people to stand during Mass. And on these walls will be the Stations of the Cross and also stained glass windows. So now we're looking on the back altar where the Stand Damiano cross will be. Back here to the right in the back corner will be the work sacristy, and the left will be the choir, and behind that will be the choir room where the choir will practice. So right now we're standing at the altar and looking back at the congregation. So this is the first tour for the new church and chapel of St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church.